Hey guys, so the next topic we're going to be talking about is surface area. And before we talk about surface area, it's important to understand nets. Now, there are a number of ways we could think about nets. And I don't mean the kind of net that you put on your hair, a hair net, and I don't mean the kind of net that you use to catch a fish. These are a geometric net. And one way of thinking about a net is that it is a flat pattern that folds up to create a solid figure. So if we look over here, we have a couple of prisms. We have a rectangular prism and we have a triangular prism. So if we think about a pattern that folds up to create a solid figure, we can look at this first. This is the net. And you can see that I labeled the front and the back, the top and the bottom, and the left and the right. Can you figure out why the front and the back are the same color, the top and the bottom and the left and the right are the same color? If you said it's because they're congruent or the same size and shape, you would be correct. Okay? So if you can try to imagine if we fold up the right and the left and we fold the bottom, back, top, and front, we would get the resulting figure to the left, which is the rectangular prism. Okay, now if we look at the second definition, it's a two-dimensional figure that results when you unfold a 3D figure. So now we're going to start with this, which is a triangular prism. Okay, and if we unfold that, what we're going to come up with is something that looks like this. And again, it's kind of color-coded. So the blue in each figure, these are, let's get rid of that because I don't know what that is. Now let's just do it over here. So these blue pieces are the bases and the green are just the other faces. And you'll notice, because these are prisms, the rectangular and the triangular prism both have rectangular faces that connect their congruent bases. In the rectangular prism up here, the left and right side would be considered the bases. Okay, now those are rectangular prisms. I'm sorry, rectangular and triangular prisms. Now we're going to go to pyramids. Okay, and if you will recall, the difference between a prism and a pyramid is that a prism has two congruent parallel bases and pyramids only have one base. And what happens? The sides or the faces come off of the base. So here this is the base. And here would be the base as well. And we have triangular faces coming off because why? Because they meet at the top to form a vertex, or in this case, we can also call it an apex. Some people call it an apex. Now, in this case, and I kind of forgot to attach that side, okay? In this case, this is called a square pyramid. Why is it a square pyramid? Because the base is a square and the pyramid gets its name from the base, just like the prisms. So the base, and these are all the faces. Okay, and you can kind of imagine if I unfolded the pyramid that I would get this kind of star-shaped figure. Okay, and that's a square pyramid. And down here, we have a triangular pyramid. Why is it called a triangular pyramid? because the base is a triangle. And again, we name our pyramid after the base. And you can see that we again have triangular faces because they are going to meet at the apex at one single point. So it doesn't matter what kind of pyramid we have, whether it's a square or a triangular, a hexagonal, it doesn't matter. In all of these cases, when we unfold it, you will see that all the faces are triangles. And the only one that's a different shape is the base. Okay, so that's kind of how you can tell. That's your first indication as to whether it's a pyramid or a prism when you're just looking at a net, is to see if the faces are triangular or rectangular. And by the way, the shape of the base, the number of sides of the base, determine how many other faces there are. So in a triangular pyramid, a triangle has 3 sides, so you have 3 faces. And up here, if we have a square pyramid, we have 4 sides, so we have 4 bases. Okay, this is going to come in handy when we start talking about surface area. It's going to be one of the methods we use to determine surface area.